be thy people and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of Egypt from the midst of the furnace of the iron.
Kind. Right. So until we wake up, man, how else do you have expect yourself to be to even have a redeemer, a savior, man? We don't. So we're gonna continue to depend on the white man. We're gonna continue to depend on our enemy and be joined hand in hand with the oppressor.
That's right.
Right. Did you finish that Baruch up?
Yeah, we on to the next, man.
Did we bring that out?
Ephesians 5.
I just remember being there. It was 8.
Salakia, YouTube. We have some technical difficulties, man, but we back through the spirit, man. So we're gonna be in the book of Ephesians 5, picking up at 14, 5 and 14.
Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith,
I
I was waiting for you to say something.
Start at 8.
See, okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Go
Hey, ask me, I'm gonna go way up there.
I should just can't read. Verse 8. For you were sometimes darkness, but now are you light in the Lord.
Right.
Walk as children of light.
That's what?
Children of light.
No, of darkness.
Of light.
No, the world.
Light.
Go ahead.
For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Do what?
Reprove them.
The only time you should be even joined to people that are walking outside of the spirit is when you correcting them. Otherwise, they're going to influence you to go off. Go ahead.
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light.
Right.
For whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest.
Do what?
Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Right, so don't be a fool in this thing, or a sleep fool, rather. Right. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5. 1 Thessalonians 5.
5 and 5. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5. It says, ye are the children of light. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness.
Right.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
And that's a spiritual and physical, as it's double fold when it comes to this, man. And we have to read that again, the last one. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 11. 5 and 5 through 11.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Right? Because it's one thing. Because, Jake, at least I'm not them niggas. At least I'm not them. You see that sister, man? She off. Right? That could be you. Right?
That's like
it's a precept to talk about that. The publican.
The Pharisees they were both praying to the Most High. And he said, I'm glad I'm not like these publicans. And now the publican said was, Yahweh have mercy on me, a sinner. And it said, and roughly paraphrasing, he said that the publican was more justified than the Pharisees.
I can't find it right now, but that's you gotta be. You know what it is?
Yeah. It's in Luke 12, I believe. Mark 12.
Keep reading on that.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, for an helmet the hope of salvation.
That's right, brother. Jeremiah, man. That light is going to expose that darkness, man.
Every time.
Every time.
Man. They can't coexist.
Matter of fact, what is it? Darkness is the absence of light. Right? I mean,
yeah.
That's what it is.
Is that a precept?
It's a precept.
Oh, okay. I don't know something that sound like that.
Cause
That's
that's
why
what Bruce said.
Hey, it say, what it say?
What fellowship has light with darkness? That's another
Yeah,
one.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the more fitting one than what I was going to say.
Let me find that.
I was going to go for the one that said comprehended not.
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I want to say it's in First John. I mean, it's in St. John.
That's 2 Corinthians 6:14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? Right? You have to and you got to be stingy with this with the spirit, man. And understand, man, you can't be allowing your spirit to be subjugated to things that's going to potentially drive you to go off. Man.
What was it?
2 Corinthians
6:14.
6:14.
And John 1:5. And light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not.
Okay.
I got that publican too. Let me bring that out.
Hold on. Right.
You got something else?
No, go ahead. You can bring it out.
The book of Luke, chapter 18, starting at verse 10. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, Yahweh, I thank thee that I am not as other men.
Right. See, at least I'm not like that, brother. Right.
Extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican.
And that's how
the brother
JB.
literally standing, praying to the Most High in his pride and speaking ill of somebody that's standing right next to him. Right. That's also seeking the Most High's face.
Mm-hmm. See, these niggas out there out here robbing, killing, doing all this, and the third. See, me, Howard, man, I've been in this truth, man.
Yeah.
Been walking according to your laws.
What he say? I fast twice in the week.
Yeah.
And give tithes for all that I possess. And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven. Right.
Because that shows a form of humility dealing with this publican.
Right? And
reverence.
Kind. But smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other.
Right.
For every one that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
I was reading today too. But that's you gotta be humble in this thing, man, and to become low, right? So that you can become high.
Daniel.
Go
ahead.
No, that's it on that.
Let me keep reading.
Yeah, you can finish up that Thessalonians. Book chapter verse.
1 Thessalonians 5:10. Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with him. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do.
Daniel 12:2.
Start at 1. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, starting at 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Right.
And that's deep, bro, because when you in that day, you're not gonna be able to deny it. You're gonna be seeing it with your own eyes. So you gonna awake, right? Now, some is gonna be awakened to the kingdom, and then some is gonna be awakened to contempt because they're gonna be pricked to the heart about what's going on, and they lost the opportunity to come back into the fold.
I use that reference. Woke up dead.
A lot of these niggas gonna wake up dead.
Yeah. Damn.
And they that be wise.
It's like that. It was a couple of video memes that was going around with buddy. That's the self defense.
Yeah,
Oh, that
waking up
nigga-
in hell.
yeah.
Yeah, you take it. Oh man, yeah, you don't woke up dead.
Cuz.
You know?
And they that be for her goofy. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Cuz.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Because it's man, that's speaking alluding to the leaders,
Mhm.
right? The gatekeepers, right? You know what I'm
The
saying?
stars. Cuz.
You're gonna shine, right? At like the stars, and those that you brought along with you, yeah, you're gonna receive rewards for that, spiritual rewards, right? Because you sowed spiritual seeds, you'll reap spiritual fruits. How you all right?
That was Daniel 12 and
Ooh, let me
1
read
through
this
2.
last one. Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book,
Mhm.
even to the time of the end. And many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Right, and that's the thing too as well. That keeps our people asleep is because they don't understand that the end is coming. It's coming, and it's coming rather sooner than later, right? But it's coming. No man knows the hour. You know, so we have to. If you think that you could just continue to go about this life and be complacent, man, you have been mistaken. Right, you are being deceived. Right, you have to be girded up and have that spiritual armor on, man, and continue to be a watchman in this thing. You had a precept out?
I'm linking some up.
Second Ezra. Let's get the book of Second Ezra, chapter 2.
From there.
Go ahead, Art.
Second Ezra 2 and 16. And those that be dead will I raise up again from their places.
Right, those that will be that were asleep, I'm gonna awaken you. Right, read.
And bring them out of the graves, for I have known my name in Israel.
Right, because we was talking about that spiritual death and how you can be there are dead. He said, I saw dead bodies lying in the street. Right, that's a spiritual connotation. Go ahead, up.
It says, fear not, thou mother of children, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord.
Let
me keep going. I think this kind of get into
Well, he's pretty much saying that I chose you to, like, if you have eyes to see right now, man, the Most High chose you to see these things, man. Don't forsake the vision that he's giving you. Don't forsake a miracle, man. That's right. A real miracle. Because we know that the Most High is choosing to keep some people asleep. A lot of people asleep. You know, so the fact that we have an understanding or just an inkling, I'm not saying we have all of it, but we have an inkling of an understanding. That's a miracle, man. When we look back on our lives and see how much of reprobates we used to be, or how lost we were when we were in the world, to see now we're living according to the scriptures, the knowledge and the understanding, and we seeking these things out on a daily basis. That's a miracle, man. Some of us come a long way, but not long enough. Right. Psalms
119 and 59.
Okay. This is Psalms 119 and 59. Psalms 119 and verse 59. It reads, I entreated thy favor with my whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to thy word. Right? And you have to really seek these things out. Really,
and that's how we be saying too, bro. You gotta charge the Most High. You know what I'm saying? When you come back into this fold, you realizing your way of error, where you fell short, where you can do better. Hey, Most High, you said that you was gonna keep us. You know what I'm saying? And we was gonna bethink ourselves, and when we did, you was gonna have mercy on us. You know, remember, like, according to your word, not mine. But remind the Most High, even though he don't need your asterisks or your bullet points, you'll put a bullet on. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, give him that. It's the same way Moses reminded the Most High, was like, yo, you, when he was about to do away with us, and Moses said, but what about your promises that you made? Right? You know what I'm saying?
That one king that's gonna die, he was crying, he started praying, like, you really gonna kill me? And he increased his days 15 more years.
Was it Hezekiah?
I think it was Hezekiah.
I
think it was him.
You got some more? I got a cold precept.
Go ahead, King.
Ecclesiastes 2 and 17. Ecclesiastes 2 and 17. And it says, and I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. Right? When you come into this thing, you got to really just want to know. When you know wisdom, you're gonna know what folly is.
That's right.
By default, you're gonna know what it is. And it says, "I perceived that this is also vexation of the spirit." But when you got to be careful what you ask for, because with it, it's gonna cause you to be vexed. You can be like, "Man, that's off too. That's off. Man, pork. I can't do. Damn, shrimp. All these things is off. It's gonna vex you.
It be the food you think that's not off.
Right.
You check.
It be the gummy bears.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It used to be my favorite candies, yo.
Right, the Lucky Charms or the Captain Crunch with the marshmallows. Right, we're going.
Hey, it's real, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what happens, man. And then watch this though. It says that's vexation of the spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times when you start reading these things start coming to mind, the spirit get on you, and you be like, man, these things, man, it sound good, but man, I hate that I seen this. Right. I want to go back to sleep. Brothers really want to close the book.
Hey, that's what it
pull the blinders down.
Bruh, oppression make a wise man mad. Right. Like it's one thing to be you know, pro-black in America and receive the affliction that everybody else getting, that same penny. Uh-huh. But when you got a deeper understanding than you seeing this, bro, you can't really enjoy we can't watch nothing on TV with what we know, bro.
Right.
Every time we see, we don't miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to enjoy stuff. Now we understand that the blatant stuff, like the homosexuality that they put in it, that's gonna make you mad. Every scene, you can't watch a good movie without a scene coming up with some homo stuff. But the subliminals, right? The stuff you're not supposed to see that we see. Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, is like, so you say like it becomes blatant to us, right? That we can't enjoy it. Then when you watching it with people who not in the spirit,
they enjoying it.
But then they were like, "Will you let me enjoy it?" Right? Like, stop pointing.
Stop waking me up.
Right.
I
want to stay asleep over here. That's a perfect example right there. So when you come into this truth, man, it's going to expose that darkness. It's going to expose that folly. But you got to continue to give your heart over to this thing.
That's right.
You got to continue to sacrifice on a daily basis. I yield on that. That was Ecclesiastes 2:17 on down. What we holding? That was Psalms 119.
Last precept is the one we've been quoting, Baruch 4:26-29.
What's that? Seagull to that bang that ain't.
Yeah, that's 28. But it started a few verses up.
I'll bring it out. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as flocks caught of the enemy. Be of good comfort.
Be what?
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring your everlasting joy with your salvation. Right. So just as hard as you was kind of going off in this thing, man, you can keep that same energy, man.
Because the same one who punishing you gonna be the one to restore you.
Right. Man. And the same thing too is like how Satan was rewarding you, man, on the left hand side. The Most High can do that on the right hand side.
And it ain't gonna be tarnished. It ain't gonna be no way. When the Most High rewards you, the world can't take it from you, Baruch. Right? The enemy can't overthrow you and take it from you. Right? It's not gonna be nothing that's tangible that they can steal from you, that holds some type of value that they can use for themselves.
I got you, Aubrey. This is Matthew 5:19. For Matthew 5:19, it says, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Right. But whosoever shall do and teach them,
that shall do what?
Do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you that except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, right, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven." I'm gonna jump down and get to the meat. Is this what I wanted? Mos. I think it's 6. Salaki is verse 6, chapter 6 and 18. It says that thou appear not unto 6 and 19. Matthew 6 and 19. Salaki Akia. Matthew 6 and 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do it corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up your treasures in heaven.
Where?
In heaven.
Where should you lay them?
In heaven.
Go ahead.
Where neither moth nor rust do it corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Right. I yield on that. You got a precept?
Nah, I'm good. All right.
Right. That's gonna pretty much, man, wrap up today's class, man, and dealing with the estate of Yasha Allah, the nation of Israel today, man, and how on a spiritual level we've become rocked to sleep. Man, it's time for us to wake up, man. It's time for us to wake up and get Sirach 33. You there already?
And did we get Matthew 15? We didn't get Matthew
15 and 24? Yeah, we ready. Yeah,
16.
Yeah, get 16, man. Get 16, because this is why it's so essential, and this is one of our favorite precepts, man. Go ahead, Art.
Through the Spirit. You forgot that.
I was gonna say it, man. But I was gonna say that.
I was just turned there randomly, like
that's the Spirit, man. Who you just talking about?
Go ahead, Art.
So right, 33:16. Awake up, last of all, as one that gather after the grape gathers. By the blessing of the Lord, I profited. And filled my wine press like a gatherer of grapes.
Right? Are you gonna be that one grape when the Most High come back and He starts gathering them grapes? Are you gonna be one of them grapes that He throw in a wine press? Right? Or are you gonna be the ones that's in a wine press that Yahweh Shai that's gonna be upon the garment of Yahweh Shai when He come back in Isaiah 60? Was that 61?
63.
63, Salakia. Right? Keep going.
Consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
Right? Because I know sometimes it's hard, man, to jump up and get in your word, man, to start reading, to start fasting, praying, keeping your candle lit. But it's bigger than us, man.
It's what?
It's bigger than us.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
And hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation.
God, man, I heard this earlier today too, man. It should be, you should feel some type of way if you coming into this understanding, and somebody asks you a question about the scriptures and you don't have an answer. You should be like, damn. And even on us, man. Like we be in this thing, man. Lord willing, we be seeking these things out. And we try to have certain precepts, man, to kind of cut and to
man, we got a whole down flyer that's just question based,
right?
Questions that people might ask.
But then again, you don't want to be like always like, damn, what was that precept? You got to be able to know these things, to start storing these things up, to be able to call these things to remembrance, man. So you should even want to challenge yourself when it comes to this truth, man. So
1 Peter 3 and 15.
With that ideal, man.
Let's go on what you were just saying. All right.
1 Peter 3:19, Rachel.
You said 3 and 15.
3 and 15.
It's 1 Peter 3 and 15.
I'm there. It says, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts.
Where?
In your hearts.
What's your heart?
It's your mind.
Brother said you got to have these things stored up. All right, you got to have those cuts on deck. So if somebody give you a question, you can at least give them one precept to answer that question.
Right.
Shalakia, go ahead.
And be ready always to give an answer.
Be what?
Be ready always to give an answer.
At all times, you should be able to put a precept to justify a question that somebody has. And if you're not there, work on it. That's it. Keep going.
To every man that asks of you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
Don't answer him out of pride. Don't answer him out of your vainglory. Right. But answer him out of meekness and fear, because this is the ultimate power that we're dealing with. Right here to destroy you and your thought process and that understanding that you thought you had. Right. He removed that candlestick from you, according to Revelations 2 and 2 on down.
But with that, Akia, man, with the water for everybody tapping in, man, for the class, man, we appreciate y'all, the love. You know, we pray a special blessing upon all of y'all, man. We pray the spirit was edifying to each and every one of you, man. But we're gonna sign off, man. It's Brother Nasi,
Israel,
Brother Shamarai.
come, man. We the saints of holding commandments, man. And with that, we're gonna say Kwam Yashala, man. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Akim. Shalom, shalom. Brother J Mon. Shalom.